the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Army concludes first phase of 2025 Katihan Patrol in Bulacan. Third IB recovers CTG arm cache in Samar hinterlands. DOJ concludes preliminary investigation of missing Sabongeros case. PNP deploys 25,000 cops for Undas.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, October 22, and this is AFP Community News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the Philippine Army successfully concluded the first phase of the 2025 Katihan Patrol for Luzon-based units during a closing ceremony held at Camp Pablo Texon, San Miguel, Bulacan. The exercise tested the endurance, tactical knowledge, and combat skills of participating units through a 60-kilometer route featuring 14 military scenarios completed within 48 hours. Major General Ferdinand Napoli, the commander of the Special Operations Command, commended the participants for demonstrating operational excellence as the 14th Scout Ranger Company emerged as the top-performing unit with a 92.20% rating. The activity highlights the Army's continued commitment in enhancing the land defense readiness and soldier competency through realistic, high-intensity field training.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 3rd Infantry Battalion recovered several high-powered firearms, explosives, and ammunition buried in Barangay Puhagan, San Jorge, Samar. The discovery followed residents' reports about hidden weapons believed to belong to the CTG Squad 2 Yakal Platoon SRC Browser EVRPC. Lieutenant Colonel Marks Luther Rosario, the acting battalion commander of the 3rd IB, lauded the community's cooperation and stressed their key role in the success of the operation. The 3rd IB leadership reaffirmed its commitment to sustain peace efforts and urged the remaining CTG members to surrender and return to mainstream society.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let's hear some information from Joanne about PMA strengthens academic collaboration.
The Philippine Military Academy and the National University solidified a shared commitment to advancing academic excellence, research, and leadership development by formalizing partnership through the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding in Sampaloc, Manila. This partnership is part of the PMA's continuing efforts to elevate the education and training of cadets and strengthen its support systems toward becoming a globally competitive defense learning institution. The Memorandum of Understanding establishes avenues for faculty and researcher exchanges, joint projects, lectures, and shared academic resources, creating an ecosystem where both institutions can collaborate, innovate, and enrich each other's knowledge base. This collaboration aims to enhance the cadet learning experience and broaden their academic and leadership perspectives. PMA Superintendent Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard Valencia said this collaboration will enhance the cadets' learning experience and will support the Academy's goals of becoming a world-class institution and a symbol of national pride. This is John Sagok reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 36th Infantry Battalion successfully recovered the remains of CAFGU member who had been missing since December 17, 2019 in San Miguel, Surigao del Sur. The recovery of the remains of Marlon Astudillo took place in Sitio Inadan, Barangay Magroyong, after a former rebel voluntarily surrendered and revealed the location. The unit personally coordinated with the victim's wife and the local government to facilitate the assistance. To honor his service, the 36 IB will provide duty and firing detail during Astudillo's upcoming burial.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Western Mindanao Naval Command intercepted 2 motorboats carrying undocumented fuel off Pearl Bank, Languyan, Tawi-Tawi as part of its ongoing maritime security and anti-smuggling operations. Suzon Joint Task Force Poseidon first seized MB Hasmir, loaded with 2,500 liters of gasoline, 4 LPG tanks, and assorted goods worth 152,972 pesos. Days later, another unit confiscated a Jungkook-type motorboat carrying 50 drums of diesel and 7 damaged LPG tanks, valued at 542,561 pesos. All seized cargo were turned over to the Bureau of Customs for investigation under the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act.
Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more from Maljoya First Year Juba 69th IB inspires future leaders at Samal Youth Summit 2025.
Yes, Rofh, the 69th Infantry Cavalry Battalion, in partnership with the 5th Special Forces Company, 2nd Special Forces Battalion, successfully conducted an information awareness drive and army recruitment activity during the Samal Youth Summit 2025 held at BPSU Abukay Campus, Barangay Bangkal, Abukay, Bataan. With the theme Leadership, Local Governance and Public Service, Preparing the Next Generation of Leaders, the activity aimed to inspire and empower young individuals to pursue paths of service, discipline, and patriotism. The event was spearheaded by Ms. Camille Gracie Cuenca, Local Youth Development Officer, and gathered enthusiastic youth participants eager to learn about leadership and opportunities within the Philippine Army. Through engaging discussions and presentations, the Cavalry troopers highlighted the vital role of the youth in nation building and encouraged them to become proactive agents of peace and development in their communities. This is Melji Nesho Aroko reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoya First Year G.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The municipality of Catarman, Northern Samar was officially declared under a stable internal peace and security condition, marking its new status as insurgency-free after years of collective peace-building efforts. The declaration, led by Mayor Dayan Rosales and the Municipal Task Force and Local Commission on Conflict, highlighted the success of local and national collaboration in restoring order. Lieutenant Colonel Jason Q, commander of the 43rd Infantry Battalion, credited the achievement to the unified efforts of the local government, security forces, and residents. A memorandum of understanding, along with the release of white doves and the signing of the Wall of Commitment, symbolized Catarman's continuing pledge to safeguard peace and promote sustainable development.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Budget and Management announced it has approved the release of over 780 million for the 2023 performance-based bonus of qualified officials and personnel of the Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, and National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. The DBM said 783.28 million pesos has been released to the 3 agencies through separate special allotment release orders. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandama said the approval of the 2023 PBB is an affirmation of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s support and appreciation for the members of the Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, and NICA. She added the release of the bonus was more than just a financial incentive, but a token of gratitude to the men and women in uniform who serve the nation with courage and dedication.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Ken about AFP strengthens defense ties with Australia.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines welcomed Australian Ambassador to the Philippines Mark Innes Brown during his courtesy call with AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. The visit highlighted the continuous strengthening of the Philippine-Australia strategic defense partnership through dialogue and cooperation. General Brown expressed gratitude for Australia's consistent support in advancing regional peace and security. Both sides pledged to sustain joint efforts toward peace, stability, and prosperity across the Indo-Pacific region. This is Ken reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ken.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, Panfilo Lacson will be back 100% as chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, which is tasked to investigate anomalies in government. Senate President Vicente Soto III said Lacson resigned as BRC head on October 6 amid the reported dissatisfaction of fellow senators on how he handled the Senate investigation of anomalous flood control projects. Soto said Senator Lacson will return as BRC chairman. He said the post was offered to other members in the Senate Majority Bloc, but most of them accepted it half-heartedly.
DWDD National News.
Malacanang denied the rumors that Finance Secretary Rofh has stepped down from office. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro issued this statement amid rumors circulating on social media that a new finance secretary would be announced by November. Castro told the reporters there is no truth in these posts. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. appointed Recto as finance secretary last January 2024.
Radio.
Now on the other line, let us hear more from Gina about 73rd IB empowers youth through Campus Peace Forum in Sarangani.
Yes, Rofh, the Alpha Company of the 73rd Infantry Battalion conducted an information, education, and communication activity during the RP Kabataan Campus Peace Forum held at Talos National High School, Malungon, Sarangani Province. The forum aimed to raise awareness on the West Philippine Sea and strengthen youth participation in peace-building and nation-building efforts. Over 100 students and representatives from government agencies joined discussions on patriotism, unity, and social issues. The 73rd IB's continuous youth engagement emphasizes its dedication in empowering young Filipinos as advocates of peace, discipline, and responsible citizenship. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Justice has submitted for resolution the high-profile case involving the disappearance of several sabongeros. Gaming operator Charlie Atong-Ang and dozens of others facing complaints filed by the Philippine National Police Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. DOJ spokesperson Assistant Prosecutor Rafael Martinez and Senior Assistant State Prosecutor Charlie Guhit confirmed that the preliminary investigation has been concluded. She added that the panel of prosecutors will assess the evidence and determine if it meets the quantum necessary to proceed to trial.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Customs and the Land Transportation Office ramped up efforts into a strategic partnership to tighten controls on imported vehicle registration through the signing of a memorandum of agreement. The BOC and the LTO signed the MOA in a move to strengthen coordination. Commissioner Ariel Nepomuceno said the agreement showed a collaborative effort between the two agencies in promoting transparency and coordinated enforcement. He added this reinforces their shared goal of ensuring transparency, efficiency, and strict compliance with customs laws and other government regulations.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our report on the ground, let's hear the report of Jai about Philippine Army retains overall championship in 2025 PUSSL for 6th straight year.
Yes, Rofh, the Philippine Army successfully defended its overall championship title for the sixth consecutive year in the Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025, held at Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. Out of 29 events, Team Army captured 10 gold, 10 silver, and 4 bronze medals. Army Vice Commander Major General Efren Morados, representing Army Chief Lieutenant General Antonio Navarrete, praised the soldier athletes for exemplifying excellence, discipline, and teamwork throughout the games. The annual sports league strengthens camaraderie among uniformed services while discovering potential world-class athletes who could represent the Philippines in future international events. This is Joy reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority intensified its road clearing operations. This is part of preparations for All Saints' Day when Filipinos visit their dearly departed in cemeteries. The MMDA Special Operations Group Task Force for Road Clearing removed illegally parked vehicles and other obstructions around bus terminals in Cubao, Quezon City to keep roads clear for travelers expected to head to the provinces. A total of 67 motorists were issued tickets, while 27 vehicles were towed and brought to the MMDA impounding site in Tumana, Marikina City.
DWDD National News.
Relatedly, more than 25,000 personnel of the Philippine National Police have been deployed nationwide to ensure the safety of Filipinos during the observance of All Saints and All Souls Days. Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. said the deployment is part of intensified security measures ahead of Undas. Millions of people are expected to visit cemeteries. The PNP will be on a full alert starting October 31. Nartates said the full alert status allows us to quickly mobilize resources and maintain peace and order in all regions.
Armed Forces Radio.
And some information from Dudes about AFP declares CPP, NPA, NDF influence virtually extinct.
Yes, Rofh. The Armed Forces of the Philippines confirmed that the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, National Democratic Front, has lost its relevance and influence across the country. According to AFP spokesperson, Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla, the group is down to its last weekend guerrilla front, with no significant recruitment activities reported in universities and state colleges. She emphasized that the insurgent can no longer mount major attacks and have lost public support, while more members continue to surrender. The AFP credited this progress to intensified government efforts against recruitment and close coordination with agencies and local communities in sustaining peace and countering disinformation. This is Dudes reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Dudes.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Bureau of Corrections has opened a week-long visitation in all prisons and penal farms under Bucor. This is part of the observance of National Correctional Consciousness Week. The extended visitation, which runs from October 20 to 25, allows visiting hours from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. to strengthen familial ties among inmates. Under regular schedules, prison visits are allowed from Wednesday to Sunday. Inmates of the new Bilibid Prison's maximum security compound may receive visitors from Tuesday to Sunday.
DWDD National News.
Motorists traveling across Luzon's expressways will no longer need to maintain multiple radio frequency identification tags. This comes after the launching of the government's One RFID All Tollways system. The Department of Transportation and Service Providers AutoSweep and EasyTrip launched a system that allows the use of any of the two RFID tag on tollways. President Frank Marcos Jr. ordered to reduce unnecessary stress and delays. The president said the unified system was made possible by years of consultation among the DOTR, Toll Regulatory Board, and private concessionaires.
Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Ferdy. 11 ID kicks off year-end sports fest in Holosulu.
Good day everyone. The 11th Infantry Alakdan Division officially opened its year-end Inner Color and Inner Unit Sports Fest 2025 at Kuta General Chidolfo Bautista, Hulusulu yesterday as part of the lead-up to its founding anniversary celebration in December. Major General Leonardo Peña, commander of the 11th ID and Joint Task Force Orion, led the ceremony and declared the Sports Fest open with officers, enlisted personnel, and civilian staff in attendance. The event featured a parade of Team Muse presentation, a battle cry competition, and the ceremonial toss coin. Major General Peña emphasized that the activity aims to foster unity, camaraderie, and sportsmanship among Alakdan troopers while promoting fitness and teamwork across the division. This is Ferdy Blues reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
For our weather update, the low pressure area of Batanes developed into tropical depression Salome this morning. Pag-asa said it strengthened into tropical depression at 8 a.m. Salome is located 285 kilometers north-northeast of Itbayan town in Batanes, packing maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per hour. Previously, Pag-asa weather specialist Loriden de la Cruz said Salome may landfall in Batanes by Wednesday night or early Thursday morning.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.